again, my name's Gabe Zollner. This is the 20th of December 2017. Last night, the House passed the Trump tax bill, went over to the Senate, and it was passed by the Senate, and it's now back in the hands of the House before it goes to the President. I posted a number of videos yesterday. One of them was titled, Why I Would Have Voted No. And I want to share some of the comments that some of the folks made. Due to the loopholes, corporations will pay much less than 21%. The official corporate tax rate right now is 35%, but the effective corporate tax rate is somewhere around 22%, which this bill passed, the effective corporate tax rate could be below 10%. I'm not an accountant, but you want to look into that. Another viewer wrote, why is that bad? These are the people who hire us for work. Maybe they will have more jobs for people in the future. A viewer commented back to that, they are also the same people who lay off workers and ship jobs overseas. Look what tax cuts did to Kansas. I wrote, the spread is too large. They did not need to reduce it that much. And middle class gets screwed again in 10 years. At the same time, the tax cuts for corporations, they don't ever get removed. Another viewer wrote, the following Republicans voted no on this recent tax bill. Hopefully they will be ousted in midterm elections. Worthless traitors, and he lists who some of those are, and they generally tend to be from the states that receive the highest taxes, like New York and California. And whose fault is that? Well, it's the New Yorkers and the Californians that vote in those worthless representatives that screw their own people. Another one wrote, House must vote again on Republican tax overhaul after violating Senate rules. Donald Trump's tax bill plan, House approved, Senate. The reason the Republicans signed up for it is they are in the pocket of these large corporations, just like corporate Democrats are. Also, it doesn't repeal the Johnson Amendment as promised. This one viewer wrote, it would seem that everyone forgot that the trickle-down effect during the Reagan years actually did work. And yes, the middle class cut isn't the biggest, but it is what the Republicans have brought to the table. A small tax cut for you is still a tax cut, and it would seem that nobody is aware that this tax bill does away with the individual mandate for Obamacare, effectively killing Obamacare in the process. Suck it up. It's the best we could do with the establishment Republicans who are in charge right now. And I wrote, the real winners in Trump's tax bill are the elitists. They benefit the absolute most. The middle class earning around $75,000 save approximately $2,000, while that $2,000 gets sucked up in additional taxes like increased gas prices, increased general taxes, increased healthcare costs, while the hedge fund managers and corporate giants make an absolute killing. I believe that American middle class will revolt at the voting booths, and the Republicans will be killed in the midterm elections. I also wrote, killing the individual mandate would have much an effect, won't have much of an effect of killing Obamacare. If any, it will save many Americans some money by not having to pay a fine for something that they don't want to purchase. President Trump said this is the biggest Christmas gift for Americans. Well, again, if the individual earning $75,000 saves $2,000, what does someone save when they make $50,000 or $45,000? And it's no different than those of us that receive Social Security. We just got a very small increase for the first time in a number of years. And at the same time, our costs for healthcare goes up. So we haven't moved forward 1 inch. And again, it is what it is, folks. The problem that I have with what President Trump told us is that it really isn't true. And I don't know if he even knows that or if he even really cares. The way it was pitched was it was the biggest Christmas gift we've ever had. And I agree that it'll have some kind of an effect. But as I also stated in previous videos, what kind of business do you think is really going to come back here? We can't compete. And the reason we can't compete is because of the salaries of those that make the products overseas versus the salaries of those that make the products here. I mean, just take a look at what a Big Mac costs now, huh? You remember when Big Macs were $0.25? I mean, the thing's insane. You go to McDonald's, which I don't go to, but you go to McDonald's, you're going to spend, I don't know, between your soda and your hamburger or whatever you buy, it's $8, $9. That's for one person. I don't really think that this is going to help the Republicans in the midterms. There isn't enough of a give me to the middle class. And the give me that was given is going to go away. And I think that with what they've done with this bill, there'll be no Republican winners in the midterms. That's just my opinion. I've been wrong before. I don't know if President Trump really has changed sides. I guess we'll see. You can say, well, Gabe, look at the stock market. You look at the stock market. The stock market is artificially inflated. There's no reason for it to be as high as it is. And there's an old expression, what goes up must eventually come down. Think what you like. We'll see. There's no question the Democrats are going to hammer this every day between now and the midterms. And the American people, they're going to realize that they really didn't get anything of any substance as they had expected to receive. We'll see, won't we? I want to thank those viewers for commenting. Let me know what you think. You now know what some of the viewers think, and you sure as hell know what I think. Don't you?